does it?
Betty, tell me a little bit about, as you look now and you've seen such a strong era of women's basketball, do you look back with a bit of pride for what you pioneered back in the day?
Enormous. When I think of what we started with. And you know, isn't it lovely in your own lifetime you can really be a pioneer? To start, I thought we'd made a terrible mistake.
Why?
Well, we put this ad in the Sporting Globe and we to start a new sport, and these women turned up, and all right, then we just told them the good news. You can run all over the court, you can bounce the ball, everyone can shoot, and it was like dreadful. I thought we'd made a mistake because they were rough as bags, and I said to Ken, oops. You know, how are we going to contain all this energy?
Well, you very much didn't make a mistake. You've actually got you've got the Australian Opens now. Have gone to multiple Olympics, winning medals, and we're coming up to another Olympic Games in Rio now. How do you feel looking towards the Rio Games?
I'm just overwhelmed by the talent that we've got, and how, you see, everything's got to come along. For a sport to progress, you've got to have the talent, or you've got to have a source of supply of good quality players that want to play. You've also got to have the coaches that are going to bring them along, and one of the important things is good refereeing. And it all gels together, and the top of it all is good administration.
And we've got all of those, thankfully, here in Basketball Victoria and Basketball Australia, which has developed a great legacy in the sport. What I also want to ask you is, we're in a very special era now for women's sports, something you started many years ago, and something I'm ultra passionate about. I've got a 4-month-old daughter, so now as a father of a daughter, I'm even more passionate about the fact that...
You better be passionate about it.
Well, what we're seeing now, though, is women athletes actually being able to be full-time professional athletes, and we're seeing this growth in women's sport across the board. In cricket is up and coming. They're talking about a women's AFL league. Women's soccer is going as well. How do you feel basketball can go to the next level now to supersede those sports?
Well, in a way, you know, I'm two-faced about this, because I think a lot of money and spoiled brats in some sports, mostly individual sports, has spoiled sport. But I see these beautiful athletes that really are world class, and that's one of the disappointments to me. I thought if we worked really hard and got to world standard, then we would get recognition. But it's not only our basketballers that don't get the publicity, our hockey players and our cricketers, and, well, our netballers are doing something about it. They're getting publicity because they're paying for it, you know.
Well, I was going to say, I think we'll get a lot of publicity if we go to Rio and we go and win another medal, which we're a very good chance to do. I'm going to give you one final question. No doubt, over so many years in the sport, you talk about the lovely people you met along the way. Yeah. You would have 100 stories, but have you got one that you can share of just a standout person you've met, or a time memory that sticks with you over your time in the sport?
I think the greatest compliment I can pay to our sports women is the fact that they know the meaning of team. Team on the court and off the court. And the butterflies are a perfect example of it. They go to Masters tournaments, and they're just the most wonderful. Here's Sandra Tomlinson still playing at basketball at 68.
Very, very impressive. Hopefully you're still playing at 68.
Oh, yeah, well, I'll dream on.
Betty, thanks so much for your time. Much appreciated.